Hey guys, Video Janes, and we just got news that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon are going to be released in 2017. So if you haven't seen the trailer yet that Pokemon, like the official Pokemon YouTube channel put up on basically everywhere, like Serebii has it, Facebook has it, the YouTube has it, basically everywhere that this has been Pokemon news related, it's on there. So if you don't know, during the live thing for Pokemon, the company, they released a whole bunch of stuff about Pokkén Tournament being released, but they also released looks at the new Pokemon Sun and Moon games. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that, because it actually does look a little bit better than the original Sun and Moon, to be honest. So we get our new character here, and oh yes, nice scenery and all that, and we get a bit more customization, and for some reason a field of Pikachus, and a Mimikyu and a Lycanroc and all that, but here's the kicker. Necrozma Legendary Fusions. Like, I mean, we're finally getting some more information about Necrozma. So, to me, that is probably one of the best parts about this. So, we're going to go back over parts of this trailer. I'm going to find them, actually. If I can get to them. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of new stuff in Sun and Moon. That we've got what looks like updated scenery and updated camera angles, which is kind of good, because in some places it felt like they could have used a different camera angle to give it a little bit more visual appeal. But it does look like they tried to throw a little bit more vibrant colors and a little bit more scenery into the game, which actually seems good to me, because I think in the original Sun and Moon, they didn't have as much scenery as you would have expected it to. That, for it being a Hawaiian-based game, that a lot of places were very monocolor. That a lot of places only had, like, one or two colors that you could ever see. But we also get a lot more character customization. That now, we've got a whole lot of stuff that we can see. The character has a double-colored cap now. It kind of looks like I want to say a fedora, but not really a fedora. That we've got a new kind of backpack, new kinds of shorts and shirt, and I think we actually get new hair customizations in this as well. And then we see a whole bunch of new stuff. We see the starters, and then we see the one lady, I think that's the Kahuna. I forget her name, but she's the Rock Kahuna, but she's also a member of the Elite Four. I honestly forget her name. What was it? But we see her sitting in a field of Pikachu, so maybe this will have some impact. But this looks like a scene from Pony Island. Either Pony Island or probably Akala Island. Because I think that's where actually we met her. But yeah, so we see this field of Pikachu, so it seems like there's going to be a lot more Pokemon interaction, and there's going to be a lot more kind of cutscene-ish areas with Pokemon in them. And then we see Togedemaru and Mimikyu, and we actually see that when Mimikyu turns upside down, we see bright eyes coming out of it, so maybe we kind of get a look at what's inside Mimikyu. I mean, I'm not confirming that because we only really see the eyes, and that just turns black, like a single shade of black, and it doesn't really have any sort of color into it. But we do see his eyes come out. So we see Togedemaru, we see Mimikyu, and I'm guessing that these are like totem Pokemon. So they're giving the totem Pokemon kind of new introductions. But we've also got a Lycanroc scene. So maybe there will be like a Lycanroc side quest, which I honestly hope for. Because it felt like Sun and Moon felt kind of underdone. That there wasn't really much you could do in the game. And you didn't really have a lot of stuff that you could accomplish. There was just basically go through the island, catch all the Pokemon, beat all the trials, catch all the Ultra Beasts, and that's it. That was basically all that there was. So there's not really much you can do in the current games, like I said, and hopefully they do something about that in this one. But then this part is my favorite, because these Necrozma fusions look absolutely cool as heck. Because we see, look at this. Who else thinks Solgaleo looks awesome like that? I mean, and he has that little symbol on him that Necrozma had. He's got the little triangle symbol thing. And he's got, like, pieces of Necrozma scattered all around him. And he honestly just looks extremely cool. He looks like a piece of Voltron. Like an upgraded piece of Voltron, to be honest. But we can see, like, Necrozma's arms are out back. We can see, like, little spiky parts of Necrozma kind of make up Solgaleo's beard and his feet. And we see he's also got something back there. And we see Solgaleo just gets that kind of mask that makes him look awesome. And then Lunala gets the same thing, that she gets that little triangle on her head with also kind of a shield protection thing on front. And it's kind of like the front half of Necrozma. And then we see, right after that, we see a black Z-ring with a different looking kind of Z-crystal that I'm going to try and zoom back to this point. Yeah, we see that Z-crystal. Now, instead of just being a regular diamond, it's got 2 extra points on it. So, what I'm thinking is, maybe it's going to be like, it's definitely going to be like Black and White 2. This is basically a Black and White 2 for Sun and Moon. So, what I'm thinking is, there's going to be like a fusion thing, where you have to prove yourself worthy of this Z-ring from Necrozma, and you have to use Necrozma fused with your legendary to defeat their legendary, because they fused with Necrozma as well. So, hopefully that's what's happening, because it'll give us a lot more backstory in Necrozma. Like I said, there was barely any Necrozma stuff in Sun and Moon, that there was almost 0% of anything. That Necrozma was just like, oh, hey, you beat all the Ultra Beasts, but there's one more, but is it a Pokemon, or is it a Ultra Beast, or what is it? And that was something we never really got a definitive answer to, because we never really knew, because a lot of people debate whether the Ultra Beasts are actually Pokemon, and they actually aren't, because the Ultra Beasts have actually been declared as not Pokemon, but Necrozma was never really confirmed, because you can only really get him after the Ultra Beast thing so far, so we don't know if he's an Ultra Beast or if he's an actual Pokemon. Because if he is an Ultra Beast, then that means something's probably going to end up happening with him, and it's going to be like, oh, relating to the whole theory of every legendary in that region is an Ultra Beast. But anyway, this is definitely going to be like Black and White 2, only for Sun and Moon. And honestly, I kind of hope that they do a lot with this. They've already put in a lot more customization. It looks like they're going to put in a lot better, like, design and scenery, like I said before. And that was something that I felt Sun and Moon was missing, because it all did seem kind of bland-ish. That every area that was green was almost completely green, or every area that was brown was almost completely brown. It's like, okay, but it's all one color, and we're in a Hawaii-based region. This is all supposed to be, like, every color. This is supposed to be, like, Rainbow Land. But, I don't know. And it is kind of cool to see they're bringing back the fusion thing from Black and White 2. I mean, I didn't really care for Kyurem, because when Kyurem fused with Zekrom and Reshiram... When Kyurem fused with Zekrom and Reshiram, it just got the Dragon Ice typing for the fusion, and it gave them a new signature move. It's like, okay, but you're basically just giving Kyurem a new body. You're giving him a new body, but it's the same type. It's like, what? Like, what's the point? It's kind of like Megatron from TF5. You just gave him a new body and called him Galvatron, but it's still Megatron. So, I don't know, but with Sun and Moon doing that, now, with it being Necrozma being part of the fusion, it'll actually be kind of changed up a little, that since Necrozma was psychic, you won't really be losing out on any of the typings that you feel like you should have, and it'll just make it seem a little bit better. And, again, that was one of my big concerns over Black and White Kyurem, was that the Fire Dragon and Fire Electric types were really good, but they only got Dragon Ice when they fused. It's like, okay, then why don't I just keep regular Kyurem, since he's better than both of them? But I don't know, but I'm excited for this, actually, because I do hope that this is going to bring a lot more improvements to Sun and Moon. I hope that we'll get a little bit more detail in the Necrozma. We definitely better get some detail on the Necrozma. I hope it'll not stay too close to the Sun and Moon line, and at the same time not kind of follow the Black and White 2 storyline, because if they do that, that's kind of cheap. I mean, I did expect that it wouldn't be a Diamond and Pearl remake this soon, because it's a little bit too soon for a Diamond and Pearl remake. If you know how Pokemon releases their games, you'd see that now isn't really the right time for Diamond and Pearl 2 or Celestial Diamond or Temporal Pearl or whatever they're going to be called. But they will end up getting released probably next year, maybe the year after. Don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. I'm looking at you right now. I see you through that camera. Do not quote me. But yeah, hopefully we get a little more detail with Necrozma. Maybe this new Z Crystal thing we'll be able to use with like other Pokemon too. That we'll be able to fuse maybe like Rayquaza, Groudon, and Kyogre, or Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. And hopefully we get a little bit better scenery, and hopefully, definitely, there's a faster way to level up, because that's still one of my main gripes over Sun and Moon, is that the leveling up system takes way too long. That with how much easier they made the training, it kind of balanced out to where, oh, we don't need to let them level up that fast. That'll kind of be unfair a little bit. So it's like, okay, but dudes, you can't make it like a month to where we have to get to level 100. I don't know, but I do hope that we actually will get a little bit more information on Zygarde as well. Because Zygarde was something introduced in Sun and Moon, at least the form changes, that we didn't really get much info on. We were just like, oh, Zygarde's in Alola for some reason, and we have no clue why, since he should have been in Kalos. But now we actually get the ability, and it's like, oh, okay, they gave Zygarde a new thing. It's like, okay. But we never really got much information as to why he was in Alola. We never got much as to what was going on that would prompt him to have that ability now. But, I don't know. Maybe it'll be like they'll make... Someone's trying to fuse with... Like, they're trying to make Lunala and Necrozma, or Solgaleo and Necrozma fuse, and it'll be like you have to have Zygarde 100% to stop them. But, I don't know. I hope that's something that happens. But, like I said, better scenery, more detail on Necrozma, a little bit more ease with leveling up, a lot more customization. That's definitely something that we are getting, and I do want in this game. Because the customization did feel a little bit limited. That with the hairstyles, it was really kind of, oh, we got 4 options. Okay, that's nice. And we didn't really get much in the way of changing our hair's color, which I hope we'll get in this game. But, yeah, I'm actually really excited for this. More excited than I thought it would be. Because, I mean, let's look at this again. Let's look at Solgaleo and Lunala again. Like, look at that. You can't tell me that doesn't get you hyped. And I do want to know what that Z-ring is. I do want to know what that thing's significance is. Ah, go away. Why am I getting messages? No, go away. Go away, messenger. Okay. But yeah, I don't know why this is happening with the Z-ring. It's probably going to be something like the Aether Foundation was trying to develop something, and they actually succeeded. And that would make it seem like Necrozma is an Ultra Beast, because with Necrozma actually being an Ultra Beast, it would make sense why the Aether Foundation would have this Z-ring, because Necrozma would be kind of their main focus, and it would be the strongest Ultra Beast, so it would be like, okay, we gotta find a way to control this thing. But, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video here. I really hope we do get this game soon. It's coming out in November. I hope it's not till, like, late November, because that's gonna suck. I mean, it is basically Pokemon's traditional way of releasing games, but I kind of wish it'll be a little bit earlier than, like, right next to Thanksgiving. But anyway, I'm leaving this video here. I'll leave a link down in the description for you guys to go off and get the game, well, not get the game, for you guys to go off and watch the trailer yourself and see if there's anything that I missed, because I probably definitely know there's stuff that I missed. But if you guys like this video, you can slap the like button as always, and I will see you guys later.